A mother is fleeing for her life with her children out of Abidjan because of the war, because of the fighting, and she gets to a checkpoint, and because she's from the wrong tribal group, she's Gary, these guys taunt her and abuse her and insult her, and in her presence rape her 4-year-old daughter. I mean, just horrendous. So the 4-year-old daughter is severely injured and infected and all kinds of medical complications, and so they come to us, and we just see this incredible stream of human misery in our clinics, and it's great. I mean, we have the drugs and the antibiotics, and we have trained social workers and counselors to try and manage the situation, but it's just so horrendous what's happening. It was perfect impunity. There was, like, before 2005, there was 0 rape convictions, never a conviction, never an arrest for rape in Nimba. And so you go from 2005 all the way back to 1990, and then back to 1980. And so go 25, 35 years back, conviction for rape? You must be joking. It's just a daily occurrence and everybody gets away with it.
I work with the protection department. I started with the protection department since 2007 November as a monitor and reporting officer. And after 2 years, I was promoted as a social worker. And right now, I'm a supervisor for 2 districts.
The focus of our project basically is to protect people who cannot afford to speak out for themselves.
We're working with church groups, we're working with men's clubs, we're working over the radio, we're working with focus groups, discussions, we're working through the schools. I mean, we're educating the boys, we're educating the men, we're educating the women, like, because it's both sides, right? The women have to know, like, this is totally unacceptable, and this is how you can prevent rapes, you know? All kinds of key messages.
For all the counties in Liberia, Nimba County has the highest rate of conviction for rape cases. And that's a result, I think, of Equip and other NGOs as well, pushing forward and advocating for rape cases to be heard in court.
Instead of 0 arrests and 0 convictions, now, you know, all of a sudden 467 arrests of rapists in 1 year, right? And not of rapists, of all these people who are committing sexual violence against people, because sometimes it's just horrific violence. It's not always a rape.
My daughter was raped by somebody, but when the case was brought to Sanikole, the CID played on the case because they bribed him with 16,000 LD. They sent the case outside, but when a fellow guy in the community, he started making mockery out of me that you know, we brought case to Sanikole, he won the case. I said, what? They explained on my idea. I came back to Equip Liberia. I told them, I said, if this thing, if we cannot, you know, pursue this case to see the end of this case, I will have to leave this job because it will be of no use to be doing protection while I'm harmed. But Equip came in, they followed the case, the fellow was, you know, acquitted, he was sent to court, and he was sent to jail.
And the whole thing, this whole protection program, protection against rape and reducing and breaking down impunity, runs on motorcycles and cell phones, right? Like these cheap little $20, $30 cell phones and these $800 motorcycles carry the workers all around. So whereas people used to be able to, like nobody was coming and going, right? But now we've got cell phone towers all over the place, and we've got motorcycles going all over the place, and then our vehicles.
I've never met such a wonderful staff to work with. All of my staff are so incredibly dedicated to the cause. I've never met people who not only just want to work on GBV, but honestly care about the future of Liberia in general and human rights work and advocate on all levels. I mean, I've seen them work with the survivor themselves to working with the judge, and at all levels they're very respectful. They honestly care about human rights. And that's actually very refreshing to see. And they're not just trying to get forward for themselves, but for their community as well. And that's very rare to see on a whole from, a staff of 30 to 50 people. So.